Welcome in, yo. We got the hardest working man in the Commanders content creator field, man. How you feeling today, Rio?
What's going on, man? It is the time to grind and get active in these YouTube Commander streets. How you doing right now, man?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Thank you for coming on again, bro. I just got to give you your flowers real quick because you and a group of other people also are one of the reasons why I started my channel a year ago. So I got to give you your flowers on that. I also just want to talk about like what started your fan journey. You know, like what in your childhood maybe like what was a pivotal point that got you into becoming a Commanders, Redskins, Washington football teams fan.
I ain't really have a choice, man. I came out the womb with Redskins bibs and pacifiers. I was born into the last Super Bowl, the 91 season. That was my birth year. So when I was 3 months, 4 months old, my parents were going to a Super Bowl parade. They went to a few of those. We ain't get to see none. None of our age demographic got to see them Super Bowls, but burgundy and gold was just pushed in my bloodline from an early age. I started playing football in 96, 97. So I was 5 or 6 years old. It took about 1 year playing football to fall in love with it. In the first season, I could really understand football was the 99 Washington Redskins season, 10-6, dogged the Lions in the wild card round, and were a botched field goal at the end away from playing against the greatest show on turf, Rams, in the NFC Championship that year. After that, I had the sickness, I had the obsession, and I cared about everything this football team has done for my whole existence after that. And it's mostly been bad until the magical year of last year, 2024. And I started content around 2021. Like you said, like watching stuff like me and some of the other content creators got you into it. Same with me, watching Pedro, watching Juan, Louis T, Rico, and Ed. I always had a voice and I was always active on social media. And I had people in my life saying, you have too many opinions and you're too passionate not to have your own show. I found every reason and excuse not to do content. I don't got a mic. I don't know what I'm going to call the show. I don't know what I'm going to call the channel. And then one day I finally pressed record. And that's my biggest advice to anybody. Press record, figure out the rest on the way, man.
Facts, bro. Same here, man. I've been such a passionate fan my whole life, man. I remember elementary. Well, my fan journey when I started watching and I can really understand or remember was them Jason Campbell days, the Mark Brunell days, and like 05. And we was like middle pack team, but we never really consistently made the playoffs.
Gibbs 2.0.
Man, bro, Gibbs 2.0. And I remember going to school the next day after losing, especially the Cowboys, but not wanting to go to school because we got so many Cowboys fans in the area that talk shit. So many other team fans in the area that talk shit. So that's definitely something I could definitely vibe with because man, I'd have been through everything as a fan with this team.
Everything possible. And we wore the colors with pride for all them years. Like you talking about the Campbell day, bro. I used to have MySpace edits of Campbell and Devin Thomas and Malcolm Kelly. We've been through some nasty times over here, man.
Nasty times, bro. I mean, I remember I had that Clinton Portis jersey right when we got him at number 26. I used to wear that joint outside everywhere, bro. Everywhere, man. Good days though. Never regret being a fan though. Never regret, man. But yeah, man, like give me a memory. I'm gonna give you my memory too, but give me, and you can't really use last season because last season was the most memorable for a lot of fans our age demographic. But give me like one memory that you think that you can remember that it could be a wild memory, it could be your favorite memory, just one memory from being a fan of this team.
I remember I was working seasonal. I had just graduated high school. I was working seasonal at the Nike factory. I remember being so hyped to get home from work because we had a primetime game that night. And I remember I cleaned the store and closed it up in record time so I could get home to see us play the Philadelphia Eagles on Monday Night Football. It turns out that happened to be the Monday Night Massacre. This was like the first game where I didn't see the opening kickoff in like my life of watching the team. So I blamed myself for when I got home it was 28-0 in the first quarter, and I couldn't. I was like, nah, that's not right. That's dead ass. 28-0 at the end of the first quarter. That's the most miserable I've ever sat watching. I sat in silence for 3 hours and actually sat through that entire game. That was a painful memory. Thank goodness days are starting to turn and we're actually doing things right. But that's one of the most memorable moments I had because we got 60 put up on us on Monday Night Football. Bro, I rushed home from work, didn't even pick up nothing to eat to get home to 28-0. That used to be our lives, man.
Man, for real, bro. We used to get whooped, bro. But some games we would always have that one game every year. Like that year we beat the Steelers and they was undefeated. We would always have one game where we would just show up out of nowhere and beat a good team. So that always made it worth it for me. But mine would have to be the game after Sean Taylor died, and I just remember it's like etched in my memory bank when Clint. I think we lost that game too.
We did,
but
to the
Clinton
Bills.
Clinton Portis scored, and I was sitting in the stands on the edge, and he lifted up his shirt with the 21. That shit just gave me chills, bro. Because they was passing out the towels that day. That's just like the number one memory that's in my mind outside of the Hail Mary, of course.
I remember the first play of that game. We honored Sean by having 10 players on the field, and they got right to it and ran like 25 yards on the first play. Like, go ahead, bro.
Can't make this shit up, bro. That's how it was, man. That's exactly how it was, bro. That's exactly how it was. But yeah, man, let's get into some more current news though, man. But so today they released the jersey schedule, and I'm gonna pull it up on the screen too. They did release the jersey schedule. I want to get your take on it. You know, we're wearing the white on the burgundy most of the season. I think we got like that for 8 games. And we got the burgundy on yellow for like 5 games. Then we got the battle blacks 1. How you feel about this uniform that was put out here? Are you rocking with it, or is this something that's like you want to make some tweaks to it?
I'm a person in the minority when it comes to the uniform because I love our new shit. I love the new stuff. I don't care that the white jersey doesn't look like the old uniform. I don't care that it has gradient on it. That white on burgundy, we get active in that white on burgundy. Every time we wore that last year, we did the most damage. I love that they brought the Super Bowl era ones back as a throwback. I think they're going to end up being the normal white uniforms in a year or two, but I think we should just keep it as a throwback. I like our uniform. I love our black uniform. I wish we were wearing them more than once, but I love that we're wearing them against Chicago because it's up when we see them, because their fan base be talking crazy. Adam Rank, everything about them. This is going to be the 3rd year in a row we wear black versus Chicago. I love it. It's interesting that there's not a closer like balance between the burgundies and the whites, but there's got to be a reason for that. And I love how meticulous the team was with the games they decided we're going to wear the throwback. So the night that we retire Art Monk's jersey on Sunday Night Football versus the Seahawks, and they're going to wear their throwbacks too. So that's going to look phenomenal on NBC. Then another Sunday night game versus the Denver Broncos. Hopefully we gave them a call and said, hey, wear the Super Bowl throwbacks so we can look like the Doug Williams Elway Super Bowl. That's going to look phenomenal. And then the last one, Christmas Day versus Dallas. It's going to look like a classic Redskins Cowboys game. I'm totally fine with that. I'm surprised we're not wearing the burgundy to start the season, but I'm not mad with any of it. I like that we have a name for each jersey too. Monument White, Legacy. Right. Look at us acting brand new.
So are you are you one of the ones that think that the Super Bowl era uniforms are going to become our main uniforms at some point, or our main white uniforms?
I don't want them to, but yes, I think that's where we're headed in a year or two. Whenever the league would approve us changing our main uniform, I think they're going to phase out the current white, but I think they like the current white. Look how much they're wearing them this year. They probably don't feel the same way fans do, because we had a lot of big moments in that white on burgundy last year.
Yeah, I think I'm one of the ones that hope that they keep it as a throwback, because I do like our current uniforms as well.
It's icy. Them joints is clean.
They is clean though. One thing about this is that I don't know. I don't see the burgundy on burgundy. I really like the burgundy on burgundy. Now they could still possibly add that in there with the burgundy on yellow and make it just burgundy on burgundy, but I really like the burgundy on burgundy for some reason. It reminds me of them Color Rush days where they had them Color Rush teams. I was one of the ones that liked the Color Rush. I don't know what
I did too. I did too. I loved it.
It was just so uniform. And that year that they had the when we had our Color Rush with the yellow, but we never actually got
the mustard jokes.
The mustard. I really like those, and those burgundies remind me.
Bring back the Thursday night Color Rush games, man. And I like that we pull out the burgundy and burgundy a couple times a year. Like we did it versus the Falcons on Sunday night. It looked so good, and we did it versus the Steelers. It's clean, bro.
It's real clean. I like the uniform look on it and everything. And the other thing, I just wish we played in the Battle Blacks a little bit more, like 3 games, because I really those is like my favorite ones. Same. And I know our fan base is mixed on it, but those are my favorite like jerseys that we got. I think I like those more than the Super Bowl areas.
Those might be my favorite unis we've ever wore. I love our black uniforms.
Yeah, I really like them because like people like to say, you know what I'm saying? Like we're not the Steelers. We're not. I like them. If they look good, it look good.
When they don't look like the Steelers. They look better than the Steelers.
They don't. It just looks really nice. Like anything in all black and good accents on it, black visor, all that.
Look, we both got black hats on. We like, yo, I know younger demographic and fans with some drip to them. We like the black stuff because black go with everything. You could get a fit off with black. You can't get a fit off with the other jerseys as much, bro. The black jerseys go crazy, bro.
Black jerseys definitely go crazy.
And but those aren't.
Yeah, nighttimes. Ooh, look nasty. But yeah, those are my only thing. Like I'm rocking with everything on here. I just wish we had black just a little bit more.
Y'all, give me a game versus Philly in the black. That week 16 game. Why can't we wear the black that week, man?
I was hoping we wore the black in the playoffs last season, man. I was because I feel like we would have did damage for real in the playoffs with the blacks, but
the NFL has all these stupid unwritten rules about how, like in the Super Bowl, you can't wear alternate jerseys. They want something traditional for the casual eye, and you only can wear 4 alternates this a season. That's why we got 3 in the white and 1. Next time, split it 2 and 2. Like,
if I just want to look nice, I don't care. Like they got to realize if you looking good, you looking good. Like as long as we don't look similar. Then you can wear what you want to do, but that's why they call it the no fun league anyways. But that's another story. But yeah, man, moving on. It was also I'm gonna pull this up on the screen. Let me get this on going real quick. The quarterback rankings from the Athletic. I want to go over that with you real quick because I know you got a lot to say on that. This is funny because earlier in the year or a few months ago, they did the the executives and the coaches ranked the top quarterbacks, and Jaden Daniels is ranked number 5. And then this is coming from what's his name? Sando.
Yeah,
Mike Sando from Athletic. He got him at 6. He got JD5 at 6. How you feel about the, at least we're not gonna go through the whole list, but at least the top 10. Do you think he got it right? If not, what would you change in this top 10 to make it right?
I like that Jaden's getting all this acclaim, but I'm sorry, we're swapping Jaden and Matt Stafford. Jaden was better than Matt Stafford last year with significantly less around him. He had more touchdowns. He had 900 rushing yards and 7 rushing touchdowns to go with it as well. He outdid Matt Stafford. He got further than Matt Stafford, and he's clearly has the most upside in the entire NFC. Matt Stafford is taking epidurals to play on the football field right now. Right. Matt Stafford should not be number 6, but since he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day, they got him there. I'm not mad at it. I think Hurts has to hop a couple guys too because Herbert, Goff haven't really done anything yet. I like that CJ Stroud's still in the top 10. Let the world and social media tell it. He had a big sophomore slump last year, even though they still won 10+ games. He still had almost 4,000 yards, over 20 touchdowns, and made it to the divisional round and went toe-to-toe with Mahomes in the divisional round. But there's a lot of non-accomplished people in that, like Jared Goff's a solid quarterback. Justin Herbert.
I would put Baker Mayfield up some too, especially the season he had last year. I put him above Goff
yards
and Herbert.
Hey, give me
For sure.
Baker Mayfield over Herbert and Goff, and give me Baker, Stroud, and Hurts closing out that top 10 rather than the way they have it right now, and put Daniels up
Right.
at 4, and I'm cool with the rest of the list. But I'm putting Lamar over Josh Allen. Lamar had the best season of his career last year and was not rewarded with a back-to-back MVP. You know, the league couldn't wait to give Josh Allen MVP, who also had a really good season, but it wasn't Burrow or Lamar like.
Right. Facts. And the only reason why people be so, so skeptical and not putting Jaden Daniels up there is because he only did it. He's a rookie. But like, in sports, if you see something, oh, that's different. You understand it's different. But a lot of people want to see it for another year, and I get that. But he got to be top 5. He got to be top 5, especially the year that he has and the team that he did it with. So yeah, man, moving on to the next topic. We gotta talk about Terry real quick. I just want to get level heads with Terry. Do you think that a deal gets done by week 1 at all?
Yep, I think a deal gets done, and I think it's less than what we thought it was originally going to be, but it's going to be a big raise for him. I think the guarantees are going to be skewed and sound like everything Terry wants out of it, and there's going to be smiles, there's going to be no frustration, and we're going to act like none of this ever happened, and we're going to be right back to normal going into the season. I think it gets done the last week of August.
I think we don't get a deal done, honestly. I think he plays
on the final year.
On his final year, I think he bets on himself, or they do some reconstructing with his final year where they give him some more money to make it, to make this final year worth it. Because I think both sides are really like dug in on what they want, and it's a lot of ground, like from what we heard. But that's one thing about this organization. Not a lot of stuff come out. This is all skeptical, what we think is going on in these meetings. But I think it's too much ground to be made up, and I think both sides are really like dug into what they want and what they want to see money wise. So I think he plays on this year. I think they do some reconstruction maybe to where it makes sense to give him a little bit more money just for this final year. He plays out on it, honestly. But that's just what I think.
And then if that's the case, then we're going to have to start playing franchise tag roulette with him in the offseason. And I want to avoid that. That's why I'm hoping we get this deal done. I think that there is promising optics that we got to see the GM and Terry standing together yesterday. That's promising that something could get done.
I was like, in the beginning of the summer, I was so like, and a lot of us we just knew it was going to get done before training. I thought it was get done before mandatory minicamp, to be honest, but it just never happened. It just never happened. And now we're here. So now I'm at the point where it's like, he's going to play, of course. And the team has all the leverage. He's not sitting out this year, but I just don't know if that deal is going to get done. Like, I'm just not seeing it. I think it's a big possibility he's going to play on this last deal. And if you would have asked me this in like March or April, I would have said, you crazy. Something's going to get done before then. But we here though, man, unfortunately.
Yep, we are here, and we were all dead set that thing was getting done before camp, but it didn't. It's all good at the end of the day.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's going to get done, and he's going to be there week 1 when the Giants come to town. If not, then we are in trouble.
We in trouble, man. We in trouble. But Jaden Daniels, you already know, everybody been talking about Jaden Daniels' sophomore slump. Why do you think he won't slump this year?
Oh, he's too well prepared. Like, forget the VR. The dude's showing up at 4:00 a.m. every day. He's beating Cliff Kingsbury, who's an absolute football junkie, to the building every day. They're having meetings. He's over prepares. He practices like he plays, and it all translates. There's nothing raw about his game. There's no developmental trait that we're worried about. He's just a steady, even kill, unflappable guy. There's nothing about his character on or off the field or any of his skills on the field that make me think that there could be a regression in year 2. I think last year was the worst version we see of him. They keep saying the league has tape on him. He has tape on them. He knows what's coming. He can identify defenses and blitzes at a better rate now. He can digest NFL defenses. So just like they can see what he's doing, he can see what they're doing, and he has better weapons. He has better protection. He got Debo out there with Terry now. If Jalen Lane's 4.3 speed can just get a couple touches a game out in space, that's a problem. Our biggest issue last year is Jaden had to pretty much put it in the end zone for us to score. We didn't have guys who could really catch it and go to distance with it, create, break tackles. We have creators on the no yak at all. We have creators on the offensive side of the ball. Maybe Ben Sinnott takes a step this year. We're hoping so. Maybe Luke McCaffrey plays better than he did last year. We'll see. But Laremy Tunsil and Josh Connerly, Brandon Coleman at the place he should have rightfully been after we drafted him, even though he held it down at tackle last year. We've made too many improvements on top of Cliff Kingsbury opening up the full realm of the offensive playbook this year. I see no world where Jaden Daniels is going to take a step back. And all those coaches and executives they polled on ESPN and The Athletic, they seem to agree with what we think.
Facts. And people saying like the league has tape on Jaden, I think that's the most dumbest, most laziest, most like not doing no type of research or looking into anything. Like I could see if he was a system QB, like he coming into a system. And Cliff Kingsbury does have a good system. I'm not gonna say like it's Cliff Kingsbury don't deserve his flowers too. But how many times did we see Jaden Daniels call his own number to make something happen when nothing was there?
Right.
How many times did he just take it off and run? Or scramble to, you know what I'm saying, to get into open space and make a play? Like it's certain things you just can't stop. And it's not you. You can watch the tape on it all you want. Kalijah Cansey in that Buccaneers game was right there. He was right there to make the play. The defensive play call was called up perfectly. But what happened? He couldn't make the play because of what Jaden Daniels is capable of. So I just it's just very, like you said, very lazy. It's just, it doesn't make any sense. But we're gonna see. They gotta wait and see how his
Steve Young called him yesterday the ultimate prototype quarterback. He'll beat you anyway. He could do it with his mind, his legs, and with his right arm. We can't say that about all the quarterbacks in the NFC East. We can't relate, man.
Facts, bro. Following up this abysmal game we just played against the Patriots in the preseason. I'm not gonna get too much into it because I feel like it wasn't really anything good to take from it, but
nothing.
We already know that our wide receiver room is lackluster at the moment, to say the least, especially with Noah Brown out and Terry out. What we got a feel of who the 5 wide receivers are. What is the 6th wide receiver that you could say is most likely going to make this roster if we do keep a 6th receiver?
That's a tricky spot, man. I just hope it's not Chris Moore. I think it might be KJ Osborne because of the experience, and Jaden does target him a lot in practice. But Tay Martin and Ja'Cory Brooks, I hope they continue to make it a difficult conversation, because I would rather lean to a younger player if I'm for the 6th receiver, because the 6th receiver is not going to be relied on to be on the field unless an injury takes place. But we know Noah Brown gets injured every year. So the 6th receiver will probably see the field at some point. But I'm hoping a guy like Ja'Cory Brooks, who caught all 5 of his targets and led the team in receiving in preseason week 1, who shows that he's better in game situations than practice. I'm hoping it's him. But if I had to put some money on it, I would bet it's a guy like KJ Osborne. I don't think it's going to be Michael Gallup. Chris Moore couldn't catch a cold running outside butt naked in a blizzard. So I think it's KJ. I hope it's Ja'Cory Brooks. And shout out to Tay Martin for making the most of his opportunities, because he flashed some in the first game.
He did. He showed up. So do you think we keep 6?
Yes.
You think we keep 6?
I think we keep 6 because that's Cliff Kingsbury, man. That's a spread them out, use every blade of grass, spread type offense. And we have guys with injury history in the wide receiver room. You got to keep but ultimately they could save and keep 5 and just stash somebody on the practice squad.
That's what I was going to say.
Ja'Cory Brooks and Tay Martin, they're flashing, but I think that they would clear waivers if they didn't make this final roster. I know our fans are always afraid, oh my God, if we waive this player, they're not going to make it through the waiver wire. They always make it through the waiver wire. Mm-hmm. You know, anytime we've done this with Chris Rodriguez, he's going to get claimed. He didn't get claimed.
Yeah, I'm leaning, man. I'm leaning, especially after this past week. I'm leaning towards keeping 5, bro, and maybe keeping 4 running backs. I know we kept 3 running backs last season, but I'm leaning towards just keeping 4 because McNichols does so many things. I know he's fumbled the ball in the Eagles game.
Reliable.
He does so many things well, man. And he plays special teams. He blocks his ass off. He just does a lot of different things that you want on your football team. And you know we keeping Bill, and we know we keeping our top 2 running backs. But I'm at this point, man. If we don't see nothing else out of these wide receivers the rest of this preseason, man, we might as well just go ahead and keep 5, bro.
5 in the practice squad.
5 in the practice squad. If we need somebody, Ja'Cory Brooks is going to be in the practice squad. I think. Yep. I think so. So if we need him, we bring him up, bro. But
I like that. I like that. That's you got the right call because Jeremy McNichols is a commander. That's a commander right there. Cliff loves that guy.
He is. He's very reliable. That's why when he fumbled in the Eagles game, it was like nowhere. It was like McNichols, we ain't heard you make a bad play in I don't know how long, bro.
I couldn't believe it because that was like the play that started our demise after that 4th and 6 Hurts conversion.
Exactly. But he's a good player though. He's a good player.
Very.
Also recent news, Don Hampton, was recently released. And that got me thinking because, they converted him from safety to linebacker. They got me thinking about Jordan McGee a little bit. And it kind of got me worried. And I want to get your thoughts on this because Jordan McGee, he's injured again this season. We don't know when he's coming back. Dan Quinn didn't say too much about, his injury. Mm-hmm. If he misses consistent time this year again, do you think they give him another chance next season?
Oh man, it's going to be very shaky grounds for him if he misses significant time. And based on how very vague Dan Quinn is being, and my boy Felix Tremel, who told me on the Big Douglas show earlier today that he could be out for a while, that scared me because that's all we know of Jordan McGee so far is him on the injury list through 2 years. With Dom Hampton, it was similar. And then when we actually saw him on the field, he didn't flash at practice and he looked awful in the game. With Jordan McGee, we keep banking on he looks good in practice. They got schematics and packages, sub packages where him and Bobby are out there together while Luvu's rushing, but we can't even use them if he's not on the field. And it was very telling. The team bringing in like 6 or 7 linebackers to try out 2 days ago that he could be missing some time because Duke Riley was out there a lot during that scrimmage yesterday.
Yeah, that got me thinking too. When we brought in 7 linebackers, I was like, bro, what are they trying to tell us right now? like damn, like is Jordan McGee okay? So that kind of got me worried, man. And I know they think highly of Jordan McGee. Mm-hmm. Joey Jr. already mentioned that they had like certain packages and plays drawn up specifically for Jordan McGee, and we didn't really get to see a lot of that because he was so injured last season. So I'm rooting for the guy, man. I want to see him out there. We're gonna need him this season. We're gonna need him this season, especially with it seems like Louisville gonna be rushing the passer a lot as well. So we're gonna need him to play or come in some downs to fill that linebacker role. So hopefully he'll be all right. Hopefully he'll be all right.
I just want to know what he looked like in a game uniform.
Exactly right. or at least a full season. Like let's see what's going on. Anthony Artis says McGee time has run out. I don't think we there yet though. I hope not.
We're a lot closer than I would like to be though.
Yep. But yeah, man, shout out to Jordan McGee, bro. Get healthy. Definitely get healthy. So we got this game coming up against the Bengals this Monday. I expect our starters to play significant minutes, probably like 1 or 2 drives.
Yep.
So, to get their feet wet, and then they're not playing the last game of the preseason. Give me some players like 2 or 3 players that you looking forward to seeing this weekend. See what they got.
It's time to stop hiding Jalen Lane on the offensive side. I want Lane out there when Jaden's out there. I want him in the slot, and I want to see him targeted. This defense is putrid. I know it's preseason, but the Bengals defense is ass. I want to see what Jalen Lane looks like. That's the fastest player on the roster. Get him the ball, bubble screen, slant, drag route. I want to see what he can do in space because I saw that at training camp up close, and that is speed like I haven't seen on this team in quite some time. Jalen Lane is the first name I got circled. I don't know if we see Bill out there on Monday with the shoulder. They might just be precautious and keep him out. I would love to see him play again. But another player, I want to see Trey Amos run that Jamar Chase fade. I want to see.
That's my number one.
That's
what I got to see.
The biggest thing because we know what Jaden about. I want to see Trey Amos against the best wide receiver in the league. I want to see him run with him. I want to see him get beat. I want to see how he responds to getting beat because it's Jamar Chase. We're not gonna act like he's gonna go out there and blanket him the whole first couple. But and you saw what the Bengals did versus the Eagles the first couple drive. Went out there, touchdown.
Right, touchdown.
I'm excited to see Amos.
Yeah, Joe Burrow, damn near perfect. But yeah, that's my number one. I have to see Amo against Jamar Chase or T. Higgins, one of them two. Like I want to see because we got to see him a little bit against the Patriots, and he looked good. Like he looked like a really good, like just his movements, because that's all we really got to base it off of. He played one preseason game. The way that he moves on the field, it just looks like he knows what he's doing. But I got to see that matchup between him and Jamar Chase for sure.
Good.
Another player I want to see. I just want to see Debo. I want to see the Jaden connection. Debo in a real game, live action. I just want to see them connect a few times, see how that looks. Because I know Debo is a yak guy. I want to see if he can get yak on this team. You know what I'm saying? So that's those two players. Is really what, and there's some young guys I want to see, like you said, Jaden Lane.
I want to see the matchup. I want to see Shamar Stewart and Connor Lee Jr. That's what I want to see too.
Oh, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. Damn, that's gonna be a really good. That's gonna be a really good matchup.
Two first rounders. Yeah,
two first rounders. Like Connolly, I've been hearing mixed reviews about him as well in camp, but he did look good. He looked solid. You know, playing against the Patriots, and we do be forgetting like. He's played left tackle probably his whole football career.
Big transition.
And he's we just drafted him as a rookie, and we want him to come over and play starting right tackle. And that kind of gets lost in translation of how the learning curve is and how you're switching up your feet. You got to get more comfortable on your back right leg instead of your back left leg. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely interested in seeing that matchup. I want to see if Kane Madrano can really make a way for himself in a role on this defense or something, because he's athletic as hell, fast as hell. It looks like when he plays in pass coverage, he does look like that's his best attribute when he's running with like tight ends and wide receivers and stuff.
Super fast.
I want to see him against. I want to see how much he's learned since we drafted him. I want to see him out there on the field, see if he can get some run stops. Just see if he can make some plays. And definitely Jalen Lane. Definitely want to see Jalen Lane. The last person I'm interested in seeing, I want to see somebody out this wide receiver room, bro, because I just need somebody to flash, bro. McCarthy, somebody, bro. Like somebody has to show me something, man. I'm down and out. Like this is the perfect. You ain't gonna get a lot of perfect opportunities with this type of quarterback and with the top wide receivers that we have out. Two of our top 3 wide receivers are out, and you got all these opportunities to make a way for yourself. And it just seems like so many people. I mean, so many of these guys on our wide receivers side of things, it's just like not taking advantage of the opportunity that's before them. So I need to see somebody from my wide receiver room, but I'm excited, man.
Somebody got to take advantage of the opportunity at some point, man.
At some point. But yeah, man, that's really all I got for you, honestly. You want to let the people know where they can find you? I'm pretty sure everybody watching this video already know where they can find you at. But let everybody know where they can find your channel at and your socials.
Absolutely, man. Rio_Robinson91. Rio Robinson on YouTube shows called Rambling with Rio. But what y'all can do if you come over here to watch this, make sure you sub up my guy. Make sure y'all sub up this channel. We need to run it up for all the content creators in Commander Land. And my guy here, my guy Zell, he knows ball. He has a good delivery. It's easy for him. We need to get him to 1,000 subscribers. So make sure y'all run it up, smash that like, comment, and sub my guy up.
Appreciate that, man. But I do want to give y'all a shout out because it seems like everybody in the Commanders community, we all support each other. You know, you, Louis, Street Scores, Ed, y'all always supporting the community, man. I always appreciate that.
We also, y'all got to show. We all just fans, man.
Facts. Facts. We all just fans, but y'all do got a show, a live show, Commanders Kings. Shout out to Commanders Kings, coming up on what, August 24th, right?
August 24th, Crystal City Sports Pub, Arlington, Virginia, 5 p.m. Pull up. We got about 30 tickets left for the show. $45. Pull up and come rock with the guys, man.
Yes, sir, man. I wish I could be there live in person, but I'm living out here in Charlotte, North Carolina right now. But
hey, it's all good. It won't be our last show, man. And we might take this on the road if it's successful. So you never know. We could be pulling up to your neighborhood, man.
It's a lot of Commanders down. It's a lot of Commanders down here in Charlotte, man. Y'all might want to check out this spot. It's a lot of them. But you also are y'all gonna be streaming that? Because
yes,
I want to be part of. I want to be part of the experience. I just didn't know if y'all was streaming it.
Yeah, well, we're gonna go. We've checked the Wi-Fi, the connection, and everything is perfect to do it. We're gonna go run a mock show, kinda, to see if we can live stream it. But yes, the plan is to live stream the entire event. So
that's what's up. That's what's up. Rio, man, thank you again for stopping by the show, man. Hopefully we can do this again sometime in the future, bro. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
Hell yeah. And we could do this over on my channel as well during the season, man. Definitely.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. We out.